Barry Williams. Born September 30th, 1954, Barry Williams will forever be Greg Brady, even as he begged the world to see him beyond that smile. Typecast and dismissed, he chased stages that never loved him back. Now 70, with $2 million, he performs nostalgia while quietly mourning a career that never grew up with him. Richard Dean Anderson. Born January 23, 1950, he built MacGyver out of duct tape and grit, but couldn't fix the loneliness fame left behind. Withdrawn after his daughter's birth, he traded scripts for silence. Now 75, worth $30 million, he lives near water, still building piece from broken pieces. Diane Keaton. Born January 5, 1946, Diane lit up Annie Hall, quirky and radiant, yet in love, she remained alone. Woody, Al, Warren, all drifted. Behind the hats and laughter is a woman who never married, never stopped searching. Now 79, with $100 million, her home is full of books, but not shared footsteps. Gil Gerard. Born January 23, 1943, Gil soared in Buck Rogers, but his battles were here on Earth, with addiction, obesity, and obscurity. Fame faded fast, and so did love. At 82, worth less than $1 million, he reflects on stardom like a galaxy he once visited but couldn't return to. Kelly McGillis. Born July 9, 1957, she set hearts ablaze in Top Gun, but her real battles were brutal: rape, alcoholism, and the courage to come out. Hollywood turned away. At 68, with $500,000, she teaches acting, living simply, honestly, no longer needing the spotlight to feel seen. Shelley Long. Born August 23, 1949, Cheers made her a star, but behind Diane Chambers' charm was a woman drowning in doubt. Fame crumbled after she left the show, and so did much of her joy. Now 76, with $5 million, she lives quietly, wondering if walking away was brave or tragic. Sylvester Stallone. Born July 6, 1946, Rocky was his soul on screen, beaten, resilient, always swinging. But life outside the ring brought real pain: a troubled son lost, broken marriages, and mockery before respect. At 79, worth $400 million, he's still fighting, but grief never throws in the towel. Chuck Norris. Born March 10, 1940, a legend in strength, but not untouched by sorrow. Chuck lost a child, faced betrayal, and was mocked into memehood. The warrior trained his body, but the soul bore quieter wounds. Now 85, with $70 million, his silence speaks louder than any roundhouse kick. Erin Gray. Born January 7, 1950, the radiant star of Buck Rogers defied sexism in sci-fi, but fame proved fleeting. Divorces, aging out of roles, and near poverty left scars. At 75, worth $5 million, she mentors young actors, still fighting to matter in a town that forgot her too soon. Bo Derek. Born November 20, 1956, Bo became a perfect 10, but perfection came at a price: controversial love, objectification, and decades in the shadow of one role. After her husband's death, the spotlight dimmed. Now 68, with $40 million, she walks the beach alone, no longer running from her reflection. Susan George. Born July 26, 1950, Susan George burned into memory as the fragile yet fierce Amy in Straw Dogs. But the fame came wrapped in loneliness. Behind the wide eyes was a woman haunted by grief. The death of her husband left a silence she never truly filled. Once a screen siren, now 75 and mostly reclusive, she clutches onto a modest $5 million legacy, a faint shimmer of a past that never quite loved her back. Henry Winkler. Born October 30th, 1945, Henry Winkler was America's cool kid, the Fonz, while silently drowning in the torment of dyslexia and invisibility. Typecast, dismissed, and aching to be more, his smiles masked exhaustion. At 79, with $40 million in the bank, he's cherished but still quietly asking if the world ever saw him, not just the leather jacket. Larry Wilcox. Born August 8, 1947, Larry Wilcox's Chips fame came at a high cost. A brother lost in war, 2 marriages broken, and a conviction that shattered his name. Behind the patrolman's badge was a heart bruised by betrayal. Now 78, with $1 million to his name, he walks not with pride, but with penance. Brenda Vaccaro. Born November 18, 1939, Brenda Vaccaro radiated fire in Midnight Cowboy, but fate carved away at her spirit. Miscarriages, fading fame, and love that vanished like smoke. At 85, she owns $4 million and 1,000 wives. Her laughter is warm, but never quite reaches the eyes. Pam Grier. Born May 26, 1949, Pam Grier shattered stereotypes in Foxy Brown, but her reality was grittier than any role: cancer, violence, and lovers who left. Now 76, her strength is legend, her fortune a humble $4 million. But even warriors carry wounds unseen. Sam Elliott. Born August 9, 1944, Sam Elliott stood tall in westerns, his voice as deep as the roles he never got. Always the rugged heartthrob, rarely the lead. Behind the mustache was sorrow, of typecasting of what never was. At 80, with $20 million, he rides into the sunset still wondering if Hollywood ever knew the man behind the myth. Johnny Depp. Born June 9, 1963, Johnny Depp swayed through stardom like a drunken poet, charming, chaotic, cursed. From pirates to public trials, his life unraveled before the world's eyes. At 62, worth $150 million, he lives surrounded by wealth, but haunted by ruin, addiction, and the ghosts of trust betrayed. Shirley MacLaine. Born April 24, 1934, Shirley MacLaine danced between dimensions, but on Earth, she struggled to find peace. Acclaimed and alone, her cosmic beliefs kept people at bay. At 91, with $50 million, her life is vast, brilliant, but somehow still feels unfinished, like a final act never written. Kurt Russell. Born March 17, 1951, Kurt Russell wore the mask of action hero in Escape from New York and The Thing, yet his greatest role was hiding heartache. A child star turned adult survivor, he watched fame take friends, silence dreams, and test his love for acting. Now 74, worth $100 million, he smiles beside Goldie Hawn, but in the quiet, he still wonders if he ever truly escaped himself.